Officer Randy Dixon, the voice of law enforcement.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great Saturday. The Saturday right after Thanksgiving. A lot of people out on the highway, so be careful. A lot of people going down to the LSU A&M game. Came back on 485, and that's about the busiest I've seen it in quite some time. Unfortunately, it may not be the same way coming back. So be sure and be careful when you get out on the highways today. I-35 was already backed up this morning when I was coming in. So be cautious when you get on the highways. You know, I thought a little bit about what we were going to talk about today, but you know, Friday was Black Friday, and of course Monday is Cyber Monday. So I thought a little bit about here we are in the holidays. Going to be doing a lot of different things. Going to be doing some Christmas shopping. A lot of people are going to be going on the trips. Going to be visiting family and friends under holidays. You know, and I haven't visited home security a lot in the last 6 months or so. So I'll throw a little of that in today as well. But the main thing I want to talk about is what we do during the holidays. You know, Christmas is only, believe it or not, 1 month away. Matter of fact, Christmas Eve is 1 month today, if I'm not mistaken. So there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be out shopping. There's going to be a lot of people doing some things that's maybe out of the ordinary, including trying to get things from your home that they may not want to pay for. And I've got an idea, and think about this a minute. Let's say you've got a bunch of junk laying around your house and you want to get rid of it. Go out and find some Amazon.com boxes, put the junk in them and set them on your front porch. As many people are stealing boxes off the front porch these days, might be a good way to get rid of some of your junk. Who knows? With that being said, what I'm telling you is this. If you're planning on having deliveries, if you're planning on having something that you bought off Cyber Monday or any other time, and you're going to have it delivered to your house, make sure that you've got someone there that can pretty quickly get that off of your front porch or off your driveway, wherever they leave it. There has been a tremendous amount of it, and a lot of people want some free gifts for nothing. They don't really care what's inside. All they want to do is try to find out what they can get from you. You know, there's a couple of new things out now. They're not new, but they've been advertised a whole lot more here lately, and that's the Ring security device that's on front doors. They now have the Ring guard lights. They have the Ring motion detection lights. They have the Ring doorbell, of course. And that's really a very good investment. You buy that, put that up, it connects to your Wi-Fi, and you can connect anywhere on your smartphone. You want to see what's going on around your house. Not to mention the fact that if someone comes up to the front door and you're not at home and you hear them or you see them through your smartphone, you can leave them a nice message like get the heck out of your driveway or whatever it may be. But anyhow, it's just something to think about. They're not expensive, relatively speaking. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, any of the major department stores around. But be extra cautious. Lock your doors and windows when you leave, even if it's just for a few minutes. I've heard people say, "Well, I'm going to be right back. I'm not going to be gone very long." But if you're going to be gone for any length of time at all, make sure that you lock your doors and keep your doors locked. When leaving home for an extended period of time, have a neighbor or a family member watch your house and pick up your newspapers and mail. Unfortunately, a lot of people, we call that burglar beacons in this business. A lot of times people will let their newspapers collect. They'll let their mail collect in their mailbox. They'll leave their yard untrimmed. It still grows down here in Texas this time of the year. So don't make it easy for the would-be burglar, the would-be thief. Make it look like you're at home. Indoor and outdoor lights should be on an automatic timer, especially indoor of the house. You know, everybody leaves their outside lights on. Your lights should stay on 24/7. I don't care what it is when you're going to be gone or at home on the outside of your house. The reason being is most people turn their lights on when they leave to go somewhere. Don't be foolish and do that. Make sure that your lights are stayed on every single night. That way there's no way they can develop a pattern for you. Inside the house, if you're going to leave, get you some timers. They're $9.99, sometimes cheaper at some of the major department stores. Pick you a couple up, put your TV to it, put your radio to it, so it gives the appearance that somebody is at home and somebody lives in the house. You know, and you're looking at just pennies on the dollar. If you leave a radio or a TV burning all night long, or even an outside light burning all day long, you're only talking about 2 or 3 cents a day. And that's pretty cheap security if you ask me. Also, a lot of people like to decorate this time of year. They like to put all their Christmas lights outside. They like to put all these different displays and nativity scenes and blow up dolls, or not dolls, but blow up events or whatever they may have. And if you do that, make sure that you have them secured to your ground. Number one, the wind will take them away and blow them to your neighbor's house who gets upset with you. But mainly, there's a lot of people that like to take Christmas decorations and either desecrate them or they like to steal them, take them to their house. Make sure you have them secured in some way. Now, when you're in, I'm not a fireman, obviously, but I do have a fireman in the family. So I'm going to say a few things about the home and about your house, especially during the holidays for fires. Number one, when you're setting up a Christmas tree or any other holiday display, make sure your doors and pathways are clear inside your home. Don't block an escape. Don't block an egress. If you have to have a quick leave from fire or whatever. Make sure your Christmas tree is mounted in a sturdy base, especially so that if you've got small children around, that it doesn't get knocked over, they don't get hurt, and they don't hurt somebody else. You know, nothing worse is to have a family member come over, or maybe just some kids from the neighborhood come over and be playing during the holidays, and all of a sudden one of them gets hurt, and then you're blamed for it. We don't want that to happen. So make sure that you have your Christmas tree secured. Also, make sure that whatever wiring you have is good, solid, unfrayed wiring. You know, you hear about it every day during the holidays. Matter of fact, we had our first big cold snaps in the last couple of weeks, and you hear in the news about all the children that have died in fires. You hear about the people, 2 houses up in Waco that burned with 1 child inside that died. You know, to me, there's nothing worse than having someone that you love taken away because of something that you could have prevented. Make sure you check out your heating unit. Make sure you check out any wiring you may have around your house. If you're going to use gas, if you have gas heating or gas cooking, make sure that you don't have any leaks. Make sure that you get it inspected on a regular basis because, you know, it's real easy for an accident to happen. Here was about 2 years ago, I don't know if y'all recall, there was a large explosion up in the Midwest that took out about 6 different homes in a block area. One home had a leak of gasoline, or not gasoline, but natural gas inside the home. Reportedly, the homeowner went and did nothing more than lit a fireplace, and everything went up in smoke. 6 total homes were destroyed, and I believe 2 children were injured or killed in the incident. So let's not repeat that. Let's take the time to inspect our ideas. You know, one of the things I'll also talk about today is that if you're going to go somewhere for the holidays, make sure you're prepared to go. Too many times people just jump in the car, they put the presents in the back seat, and they take off. Well, that's great, except if your car is not prepared for it, if you're not prepared for it, a lot of things can happen. Make sure that you check you've got a kit in your car in case something happens. Make sure you got some extra water. Make sure you have some type of a warning device in your car. They've come out with some really neat battery-operated flares that you can see almost on any advertisement when you get on any of the social media sites. They're like $9.95 a piece, and they're extremely bright. They're almost as bright as a strobe. You get 3 of them for, I think, $30. You can put those behind your car. You can put them on your car. They've got magnets on them. It just gives you a fair warning device if you happen to break down on the side of the highway. Make sure you have a spare tire. We had a discussion yesterday, or day before yesterday, during our, I don't know why he brought it up, during our Thanksgiving meal, and they were talking about the new cars that are coming out. Most new cars come out now with absolutely no spare tire. None. Not even a donut, as they used to call them. Make sure you've got some kind of spare tire. Not everybody has AAA or whatever service club you may belong to, but if you have a vehicle and you're going to go on the road, you need a spare tire. Go down and invest what it's called. Go down to Cameron Tire, go somewhere, invest in a spare tire, and put it in your car. The best thing you can do is to have that available for you. You know, I'd recommend you join AAA, but that would be that does cost some money. But the thing is, especially if you're getting up older in years, Make sure that you, by having AAA, that relieves you from the opportunity of having to get on the side of the highway, find a jag, check your car up. So join some kind of situation similar to that. Also, if you're going to be driving, especially if you're going to be driving anywhere where there is a possibility of inclement weather, such as up in the mountains or out in the West Texas, have your emergency kit prepared. In that kit, you need to have something to snack on, extra water. You need to have a blanket, something that you can keep warm in case you do get marooned off the side of the road. And lastly, especially about car traveling, everybody should have a cell phone nowadays. It doesn't make any difference what situation you're in, what your economic situation is. Everybody should have a cell phone. You can go down and get a burner phone for a little bit of nothing at the dollar store or something similar to that. If you only use it for your vacation or for your trips, it's worth it. It connects to all the major towers. It's just a way that you can protect yourself, and you can make it easier for you when you're traveling. Also, drive defensively. You know, too many times nowadays we drive offensively. I don't know who the lady was, but I was coming over here just a few minutes ago, and I was early, so I came the back way out of Cameron, and there was a lady in a small car, and she was like a small SUV, and I could have read probably the VIN number off her hood. She was so close to the back of my truck, and I thought for a minute, you know, I could probably check her in the ditch by just hitting my brake. But no, that wouldn't be driving defensively. That would be driving offensively. Drive safe so you arrive alive. That's the main thing. We want you to arrive alive and not be injured. If you go somewhere, lock your car and lock it every time you get out of it. A lot of times people go into the 7-Eleven, sometimes what we call stop and robs. When you walk into one of them, make sure you lock your car. You come back out. If somebody's in your car, what are you going to do? You don't know. They may be laying down in the back seat. And that just doesn't happen on TV. It happens in real life as well. If you're going to go somewhere and you're going to have a presence, make sure that you put your presents in the trunk of your car. Don't have them laying out where everybody and their dog can see them. If you don't have a trunk, like if you have an SUV, get some kind of a blanket, a tarp, or something that you can cover them up. Put something in there that makes them not easily seen and readily seen. You know, it's your personal responsibility to be the best prevention technique and safeguard that you can develop for yourself. Nobody's going to do that for you. You've got to do it yourself. You know, if you're going somewhere, let people know where you're going. And this was my pet peeve. I know in younger years, if your better half or your spouse decides they're going to go shopping and they're going to be back late at night, have them give you a semi-itinerary. Now, everybody knows that's going to change, but have them put some kind of a itinerary together for you so you know what area they're in, when they're going to be home, and if they're not going to be home, then you know what to do and how to do it. Give you an idea. Last but not least, I had a friend of mine, a really good friend, that died about a month ago. He and his family had gone to Galveston for a weekend to get away. He is an avid fisherman. Went across the causeway to Bolivar Island, went fishing in the surf by himself. He was supposed to have been back at the hotel in Galveston by 7 o'clock. Did not arrive back. So by 8 o'clock, 8:30, the family got a little worried. They sent out the authorities. And unfortunately, the Coast Guard found him laying in the surf with a fishing pole in his hand. So at least he died doing what he would like to be doing. The point I'm trying to make here is this. His family knew where he was at, knew what time he was supposed to be home, and then knew if he was that late, something was wrong. That's what you need to do. That's the point you need to make when you just go simply shopping or over down the Dale to see grandma, whatever it may be. So being a holiday traveler, being a holiday homeowner, takes a little bit of responsibility. Take the time to do what's right. Take the time to secure your property. Take the time to take care of yourself, because nobody's going to do it for you. Trust me. So with that being said, we're about out of time today. Hope everybody has a great week. I'll see you on the radio next Saturday, and take care.